Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. What's good? What's good, Big Face? Big Face say MIA. What's happening, man? Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all know I'm gonna show up. Yeah, y'all know I'm gonna show up, man. Had to take me a break, man. Take me a break, had to take me a break. Hit the like button, let's go. Ain't no doubt it's been a minute. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. It ain't no bad thing, it's a good thing. Real spill. And take, you know, I gotta step back sometime and look at it, man. Can't get too tied up in it. Gotta step back and look at it. But guess what? You see I'm in the same spot. I'm in the same spot, so ain't nothing changed. I just had to take a step back and take a look at it, man. You know what I always say? If it ain't making dollars, it ain't making sense. Real spill. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, this is just something that I do. It ain't permanent. It's something I do. I just tap in, man. But when I do tap in, I'm going to bring it 100 all the way across, man. And I'm going to add the 10% to it, man. Real spill. But I see nothing ain't changed, though. What's good? What's good? Y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Don't come here if you ain't hitting the like button, man. See, that ain't changed, Big Face. That's one thing ain't changed. Real talk. That's one thing haven't changed. I see the same old thing, the same old thing. Yeah, what's up, Phoenix? You new. Hit the like button. For those that's new, I am who? I am Mr. 110, while breaking 110 all the way across every day, man. Real talk, man. Y'all hit the like button. For those that ain't subscribed, subscribe. Now, I see a whole bunch of things ain't changed. A whole bunch of things ain't changed in them so-called real streets. The streets don't lie, I say. They said the streets don't lie, man. They will tell the truth in the end, huh? Real talk, man. What happened, man? Can anybody tell me what happened? What happened with Young Thug? Y'all got 6ix9ine back on the scene now, man. Y'all got Tekashi 6ix9ine back on the scene. Y'all got 6ix9ine back on the scene, man. Calling Thug a snitch. What happened? I keep telling them boys, you can't keep going to them interrogation rooms, man. It ain't gonna end well for you. I always say that. Real talk. I ain't never said he wasn't no snitch. Hey, man, don't go to ride down on me. I never said he wasn't no snitch. But what I'm saying is this, is when you go to jail, right? When you go, check this out. It's a difference between going to jail for some tickets and you get right back out. It's a difference with that. Real talk. It's a difference when you go to jail for tickets. What's up, Norman Short? Hit the like button. If you hear, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, man. Now listen, I tell people all the time, it's a big difference when you go to jail for tickets. Because when you go to jail for tickets, you know you're going to get out. All you have to do is pay the fine, you're going to get out, right? But when you go to jail for something that's real, and they bringing that real time to you, the ball game changes. See, the ball game changes, especially when they threaten you to tell you that you're not coming, you're not going home. And in that YSL case, that's what happened. That's why all them boys start telling on each other. because they ain't never been faced with no real time. See, when you faced with some real time, that means some motherfucking minds is gonna change. See, and it's gonna be a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of unnecessary talking, right? And in that case, that's what happened to Thug. You in the interrogation room for 2 hours, bro. 2 hours? Come on, man. For 2 hours. And to be honest with you, I ain't even listened to the tape, right? I ain't listened to the tape, but I do know this. Anytime you allow them people to have you sit in one room for 2 hours, regardless if you gave them information or not, it looks like you did. 2 hours straight, you've been held in one room, right? That ain't what that is, man. You know what I'm saying? And then put it all on Gunna, right? I will say this, man. Ain't none of them boys really who they say they are. In the studio, they all of that. In the studio, they everything they say they are, as long as they on the microphone. But see, it's a difference when you get outside the studio. See, when you get outside of that studio, it's different, man. It's different. See, it's two type of microphones, right? What's good, Sophie? Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. And I'm not saying how long I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for a couple of minutes just to speak on this, right? Then I'm gone again. And check this out. It's two type of microphones. It's the one that them boys be on in that studio, and the other one is the one they have in the interrogation room, like they had on Thug. Thug did it to himself, man. He did it to himself, because when he got out of jail, he should have just left jail with jail. But see, when you went to trying to ride down on Gunna, and Gunna is making these people on this record label a lot of money. He making them people a lot of money. But you come out here threatening them people money. So what do? They had to humble you, man. The people had to humble you, Thug, and that's what happened. And now you want to come back. This is what Thug do now. That's why I tell you, all these people is the same kind of people, man. If you met them, if you met one of them, you met them all. From the Woody to the Gunna to all them people. They all the same people. They never ever been in no real pressure before, right? They never ever been under no real pressure before, facing no real time. They never ever been under that, facing no real time. Now that's not to say they're not who they are in the street, right? That's not to say who they are in the street, but what I'm saying is this. It's a different type of person when you enter that interrogation room, when you got all them people around and you threatening you with all that time. See, it's different. It's a whole new different ball game when you enter that realm. And that's what happened to Thug. He realized one thing, I'm not in the studio. Because see, when you're in that studio, you can get on that microphone and create whatever kind of bars you want, then you go home, right? But when you get in that freaking interrogation room, ain't no going home. You got to go back upstairs or wherever you been housed at. Real talk. What's good, boss man? What's good? Got my boy boss man in the building, man. I know it's been a long time, and I'm not gonna say I apologize, because I don't. I don't apologize for not coming to social media. Yeah, I meant to do what I did. Because y'all know what I do. I'm gonna step back, take me a break, look at it. Because one thing about me, right? I'm not trying to be too consumed with this right here. But I did come back today to speak on this right here, right? I tell people all the time, right? I tell people all the time, right? The 25 years that I served in prison, I know these boys can't do it. They can't do it. If you present them with a package and say, hey, you have to serve 25 years of your natural life in prison, they're going to be looking to tell it on their mama. No matter how fake or how they may portray like they fucking gangsters. They can't do it. That's why I always say, half of the people that's in them studios and the microphones, they could not walk one day in my fucking shoes. Real talk. Real talk. They couldn't do it. I know they couldn't do it. That's why Thug told it. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why he presented the information. That's why he was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. Never in my life have I ever been in a fucking interrogation room for 2 hours. I can't even remember if I was in that motherfucker for 5 minutes, because I know one thing. I know how they played. I know exactly how they played. If you step foot in the interrogation room, you done told something. Real talk. Real talk. If you step 1 foot in that interrogation room, you done told something. Real talk. Oh yeah, the rap, man, look. But you got to understand one thing. Rap game is for people that are entertained by people saying shit that they never done before, right? I don't knock them from getting their money. Get your money. Get your money. But it's only entertainment. But what happens is this, is the people that's out here in the world, I'm talking about the people that listen to rap music, they in the world, right? What they do is they get tied up in them boys' music and they start believing that these boys are what they really say they are. They not. Because you can't do one thing. Let me explain something to you. I ain't no doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey man, that's why I say, I don't never be in a hurry to come back to YouTube, man, because I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with people that ain't never been in a position to where they've been tried and tested. What I mean, tried and tested. I know everybody in the world probably been to jail or done received a ticket and they just go home, right? You know what I'm saying? I know everywhere in the world they do that. They done received the ticket and they say, hey, we're gonna write you this ticket and you going home, right? Everybody done got a ticket. And if you not, shout out to you, right? But once again, it's a different type of feeling when they put them handcuffs on you and they take your ass to jail and you got a real felony. I mean a real felony that carries real time. It's a whole new different ball game, because you know why? You gonna have different people come to play in that ball game. It's a whole new different ball game. Real talk. Now, you could be driving whatever you driving and you get pulled over and they say, hey, you've been speeding. We're gonna write you a speeding ticket. Or you can get into a minor altercation anywhere. Okay, you go downtown and they gonna let you go. You just pay the fine and you go on about your business, right? It's a different ball game when the other people get involved, right? When they tell you, hey man, you under investigation for an M, or you under investigation for a capital M, or you under investigation for an ag robbery, right? See, when that shit gets aggravated, you got the other people coming to talk to you. It ain't the people that write tickets. It ain't none of them people. It's the other people that's telling you you facing a life sentence in prison, or the DA is offering you 40 years, or they offering you 50 years, right? That's why I tell y'all all the time, I don't buy that shit. I don't get so caught up in the rap music and what them dudes be saying, because I know that shit is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get pulled over, you know you got that blue one. Oh yeah, it ain't no reason to call no, ain't no doubt. Ain't no reason to call no bills, but when you pull over, get pulled over, and you got that motherfucking blue one, you know where you going. That's what I'm saying. But see, it's a different ball game when these rappers get in trouble. These people ain't never been these. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you straight up. Thug is who he is. He is Jeffrey Williams. He's Jeffrey Williams. He ain't never been in trouble before. So why in the fuck people surprised if he told something? This is a man that made his life off of rapping. He ain't never been in trouble. Real talk. He's a studio gangster. And ain't nothing wrong with being a studio gangster. But what happens is this, is the people. See, it's the people in society, right? It's the people in society get caught up in that shit, right? It's the people in society got caught up in it. It ain't him, it's the people. That's why people saying, I can't believe he snitched. Well, I can believe he snitched. I can believe he snitched. Jeffrey Williams is a motherfucker that went to ain't got a criminal record. Shit, what's so hard to believe about that? Get rid of the street name Thug. Get rid of that. Let's move that to the side. The Thug thing. Push that to the side, right? Let's push that to the side. Just do that for a few minutes with me, right? We ain't gonna waste no time of me telling you what I'm talking about. All these people are the same people. There is no different. From the Woody to all them people are the same people. Thug, all them people the same people, right? Regardless of the fact. Ain't none of them people ever did no real time. What I mean by real time, right? Ain't none of them never did no real time. Yeah, that's his name, Jeffrey. Let's talk about Jeffrey. His name is Jeffrey Williams. Let's get rid of the Thug. And I'm not smashing on Jeffrey. I'm just giving you some real facts. It's a whole bunch of Jeffreys out here in the world, right? If he wasn't rapping or go by the name Young Thug, right? If he wasn't rapping, going by the name of Young Thug, nobody would be surprised if he went down there and told it. Because most people that have never, ever been in trouble in their life, right? Most people that never been in trouble in their life and they've never been to jail, those people are terrified of when the handcuffs come out. Real talk. Those people are terrified when the handcuffs come out. Real talk. Yeah. Say, hell no, I don't want to go to jail. That's real. I'm just giving you some real shit. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with not wanting to go to jail if you ain't never been to jail. Because it ain't no motherfucking me trying to act like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing cool about going to jail. That's why I said what I said. I'm not talking about Young Thug. I'm talking about Jeffrey. I'm talking about Jeffrey Williams, right? The people have been sadly mistaken when they saying, it's a big surprise that he's in the interrogation room for 2 hours. That only comes from people that ain't never been in trouble before. right? Once again, like I said, man, that I served 25 years in fucking prison. Not no 25 days. I served 25 calendar years in prison, right? So what I'm telling you is, if a man has never ever been in that position where he's facing a bunch of time, he gonna tell it. Because he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He don't know when not to talk. Because what happens is this, is that they come back, right? They come back. And just like they said, it's a leak, they leaked. That shit wasn't leaked. That was intentionally. That shit was let out intentionally. You know why? Because now they want to destroy the street credibility. They want to destroy the street credibility. Yeah. They want to destroy the street credibility, right? So what do? They let a 2-hour tape, you know what I'm saying? They let a 2-hour interrogation tape out on him, right? To the people that look at him as something else. They look at him as Young Thug, right? That's the street persona, right? He's known for what? Making street beats, or what they say, kill music, you know? He make kill music, and that's what he do. So, right, facts, kill the image on the, ain't no doubt. They kill the image on the street. They kill the image on the street, but he don't know no better. He don't know no better when he was in trouble to go down there and not to talk to the people for 2.5 hours, because all that shit is being recorded, and what you say can be used against you, whether it's being used against you in the streets or in court. All that shit is the same, because it's nothing being leaked. All that shit is intentionally, right? We couldn't get you in the courtroom, so what do? We destroy the street credibility, which, I mean, you know, street credibility is it ain't shit anyway. You know, you would have did better off being Jeffrey Williams, the rapper. You'd have went a long way. But you put that other shit in front of your name. You know, that Young Thug, as if that's who you are. That's who you are in the studio, right? But Jeffrey Williams showed up in the interrogation room. Did y'all hear what I said? Young Thug showed up in the booth, right? Young Thug showed up in the booth rapping. But for 2 hours, Jeffrey Williams, the person that ain't never been convicted or didn't have a criminal record, showed up in the interrogation room for 2 hours. Real talk. That's who showed up. But my thing is this. What was the people expecting him to do? He's never been convicted before. He's never been faced with a RICO that carries a life sentence. What the y'all was expecting him to do? Answer that. Can anybody answer that? I don't think nobody in this fucking chat, I don't think nobody in this chat has ever been faced with doing life in prison. Real talk. I don't think nobody in this chat ever been faced with life in prison. This was a man that has never ever been convicted of a felony before, and he was facing a RICO, life in prison, right? He was facing life in prison. He was terrified. Real talk. He was terrified. So what do? He did what all the other people would have did. He tried to talk his way out for 2.5 hours, thinking he was getting one over. He was thinking he was getting one over on the people, not knowing if you beat the case, we gonna come back and destroy your street credibility anyway. You're gonna come back and destroy your street credibility anyway, because we got you on tape. We had you in a room for 2.5 hours, man. He don't know no better. This is a man that, and I ain't even trying to make his bond. I'm just saying, it's the people in the world that's surprised. Save the rap career. Let me ask you this. His rap career, that's what he should have been worried about when he got out of jail. He should have been more interested in his rap career versus worrying about what Gunna was doing. He was so busy worrying about calling Gunna a rat and holding Gunna feet to the fire about being a rat. This is what Thug was doing. That's what Thug was doing. He should have came out worrying about his rap career. He wasn't worried about his rap career. See, what happens is this, man. Let me explain something to you. What happens is this, right? Now, Thug had momentum in his rap career, right? Hell of a rapper. He's a hell of a rapper. Can't take that away from him, right? Make damn good music. Thug had momentum when he was free, but he was able to do the shit that everybody else was able to do, which was what? Get high, take pills, and do all the other shit, right? What I do, I had an aggravated case, motherfucking aggravated robbery. Yeah. I served 25 years in prison for aggravated robbery. That means that I brandished a weapon when I did what I did. But see, I'm different. I done already served my time for that, right? And I ain't no fucking rapper. And I don't glorify the shit, right? That was me being ignorant, trying to take something that didn't belong to me. And I paid for it. Yeah, that's why I'm telling people now that when people are faced with a substantial amount of time, they gonna tell it. Yeah. Real talk. Real. H-Town in the building, man. What's good, H-Town? Come on, man. This man came in the building and say Mr. Dallas Cowboys himself. Man, I'm the one got rid of Michael Parsons. Fuck you, man. I'm the one got rid of Mike. Man, y'all hit that like button, man. If you ain't here right now, you ain't hit the like button, you wrong, man. Real talk. Hit that like button. Yeah. What's up, Waco? Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all just showed up. Hit the like button, man. Real talk, man. We talking about Young Thug, man. People surprised that he was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. But me, myself, I ain't surprised because most people can't do 1 day in jail. Real talk. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about Young Thug. People in the public eye is surprised that he was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. And what I'm saying is I wasn't surprised because most people in society can't do 5 minutes in jail, and even if it's for a ticket. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Any kind of motherfucking incarceration life is horrible. Not just prison. Any kind of life when you incarcerated is horrible. Even if it's for 2 minutes. Yeah. Nobody should ever want to be in a jail or in prison, period. And that's why I tell people do everything you can to stay out of jail so you won't be put in a position to be held in an interrogation room for 2 hours where you might incriminate yourself. Real talk. Yeah, don't do y'all self like that, man. I ain't got time to be wrestling with CEO, man. CEO gonna do whatever you want to do. You know how CEO is, man. You said, yes, sir, no, with cage animals 24 hours a day. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say, people are caged animals, but I will say this. You got a lot of people that's incarcerated that can't handle the mental pressure of being inside of a cell. I say that. But nevertheless, you can look at it how you want to look at it, man. Being in any kind of cell it ain't no good look. And that's why I try to tell people all the time, man. Doing the right thing is some of the hardest shit that people can do in their life, right? And then when they wind up in a position where the people put them inside the interrogation room, they're going to try to talk their way out of it. Well, I'll tell you this. Everybody that you see that's in law enforcement, whether it be a DA, whether it be a judge, or whatever it may be, those people go to school to put people away for life. It all depends on what your crime is. But these people go to school to prosecute you. And you can't be mad at them. Because you know why you can't be mad at them? Because people put themselves in a position to get prosecuted. Everybody that you see that go to jail for a felony offense, those people have put themselves in a position to be prosecuted, right? So you can't be mad at the DA. You can't be mad at the judge. The only person you can be mad at is you. It's like Jeffrey Williams, right? Jeffrey Williams can't be mad because those tapes got leaked because he put himself in a position to be put in an interrogation room, right? Where he voluntarily spoke with these people for 2 hours. So if the world is calling him a snitch, hey man, wear it like I wear this hat. Real talk. Yeah. So, like I said, man, it's the people in the world, right? Listen, once again, like I said, it's the people in society, it's the people out here that we see every day. These are the rules that the rappers live under. The bigger you make that person, the bigger he think he is, whether he is he or she, right? But the majority of these people ain't never done none of the stuff they say they did, man. Real talk. Now, don't get me wrong. The music is what it is. It's only art. It's only art where people are expressing themselves in a way that they feel like they can do that, which is fine, right? But what happens is when that music translates over to the people in the streets, they think these people are who they say they are, when they really not. They not. They are not that person. Now, you got a lot of people that can't think. that goes out and listen to this music and portray the act out of what these people are rapping about, not knowing that shit carries a penalty. You think you gonna go out and just do this and ain't no penalty to it? You crazy. What's up, Andrew? Y'all hit that like button, man. You think you gonna go out and portray what these people portray and think that shit ain't gonna hold up? Real talk. Yeah. So, once again, man, it's like this here, right? Young Thug is a boot name. What he rap about, that's his name in the boot, right? But Jeffrey Williams is the one that got interrogated for 2 hours. A man that has never ever been convicted of a felony. And 9 out of 10, when you are not a felon, or you are not used to committing felony offenses, you gonna react in a way that a normal person will react when they go to jail. Real talk. But it's a difference between, like I said, it's a difference between when you go to jail and they say, hey, you going home because you only down there for a ticket, versus when they say, you know what? You in jail right now for a M. You know what I'm saying? Or you in jail for a CM and you not going nowhere, right? It's a difference between that, man. I can't tell you how much I'm telling you. It's a difference, man. Because you don't understand, right? Let me tell you something. Look, this is real as I can put it. You can go to jail right now, right? And you can weigh over 200 pounds. But if you go to jail facing an M, you can be in jail 4 months. And the next time somebody come and visit you, you'll be way under 200 pounds, man. You'll be way under 200 pounds for one. It's the stress factor. Because now, these people are trying to give you every bit of whatever that time carries. Real talk. What about Young Thug? What you mean, what about him? What about Young Thug? I'm talking about Jeffrey Williams. I don't know nothing about no Young Thug. His name is Jeffrey Williams. That's his name. Now, if you want to know about Jeffrey Williams, that's who was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. Jeffrey Williams. Real talk. Jeffrey Williams. That's who I'm talking about. Now, the streets call him Young Thug. He was Young Thug in the boot when he was rapping. But Jeffrey Williams was in the interrogation room. That's who I'm talking about. Real talk. Jeffrey Williams is the one that ain't never been convicted of a felon. Yeah. Real talk. Somebody say he a hoe. I don't know what he is. Most people are that ain't never been to jail, or they just pretending to be something they not. That don't mean he no hoe. You know, that don't mean he no. That's what he is. That just means his mental state is not strong enough to withstand questions from the people. That's what that means. So let's get that straight. I ain't calling him nothing else but what it is. That don't mean he no coward. That don't mean he none of that. That just means his mental state is not where it need to be when he dealing with law enforcement. Real talk. That's what that means. But it's a bunch of Jeffrey Williams that are not mentally equipped to withstand any kind of law enforcement. Get pulled over and you in the car with somebody that ain't never had no dealings with law enforcement, see how they act. Real talk. Yeah. Ain't nobody finna do 20 years for me. Hey, man, I ain't telling nobody to do 20 years for you. And you better not do 20 years for nobody either. You're a damn fool if you do, you know. But that's on you and whatever you got going on. I'm just telling you straight up. It's a difference between going to jail for a ticket or going to jail for any misdemeanor where you go down there and you getting out, then versus when you going to jail for a real felony and the felony people come in and talk to you. That's a hell of a difference. And that's the position Jeffrey Williams found himself in, right? He found himself in a predicament where the other people came in and talked to him. It wasn't the people in bookend where they say, hey man, you got a disorderly conduct, or you got a misdemeanor where you ran a stop sign. See, them ain't the kind of people that was talking to Jeffrey Williams. See, the people that was talking to Jeffrey Williams was telling him, hey, you gonna be facing a life sentence. That's what you facing. You facing a life sentence. And to people that ain't never been in that position before, when they go back upstairs, see, they can't even sleep. What you think Boosie gonna do? He played, all right, man, Boosie, but the thing about Boosie, man, this here, man, Boosie been to jail before. He been to jail before. Boosie is a felon, man. Boosie was a felon that got a lot of breaks, right? And I ain't gonna say he told it on nobody, because I'm not here to smash on nobody. I ain't here to do none of that shit. I'm just here to give a ball, a strike. And I'm telling you, the reason why Jeffrey Williams was in the interrogation room for 2 hours, because he didn't know no better. And a lot of people saying, well, you can't know better if you ain't never been put in that position where people are telling you that this shit that you involved in carry life in prison. See, it's a different kind of feeling. It's a different kind of feeling. I'm telling you. It's a different kind of feeling when they bring that shit in front of you and they say, hey, you facing life in prison. That's a different kind of feeling, man. I'm telling you. And don't ask me why I'm telling you. I'm telling you what God love. It's a whole different feeling, man. Real talk. And being in that position he was in, on that RICO shit, and ain't never had a felony in his life. See, Young Thug disappeared in jail. It was Jeffrey Williams that was in jail. See, it was Jeffrey Williams in jail. Real talk. See, all the drugs was disappeared, all the pills, and all that was out of his system. That's why he gained all that weight. See, that was the real Jeffrey Williams in jail. He gained all that weight, right? Because he wasn't Thug no more. Thug is the skinny dude. You know, Thug the skinny dude wearing the dresses and all of that. Jeffrey Williams was the one that was in jail. Real talk. Jeffrey Williams wasn't trying to do no life in prison. It's by any means necessary with him, right? And it's the people that's most disappointed. I don't get that. Real talk. Why so many people disappointed that he was in the interrogation room for 2 hours? Can anybody tell me that? Why so many people upset with him? You got 6ix9ine Tekashi upset. You got academics. You got, who else? Whack 100. You got all these people upset with Jeffrey. Why? Can anybody tell me that? Why so many people upset with Jeffrey, the rapper? Because they fans of him. What do you expect, man? What do you expect from a man that ain't never been convicted of a felony in his life? Take him out of the boot. Take the young thug off and just put Jeffrey Williams in his place. A person, first time offense, facing some real time. Put that in place. Do y'all think they'll still be upset? Huh? I say that's too rotten. Woo, man, I'm just telling you, man, real talk, man. You know, that's what be tripping me out about these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what be tripping me out about these people, man. I'm talking about the people that's out here that be big up in these rappers, right? That be big up in these rappers, right? And they get so caught up in the people music to where they forget that these people ain't doing none of this shit, man. All the stuff that they rap about, you think that if they was doing this every day, they'll be still rapping? That's easy math, man. No, it don't work like that, man. Real talk. Yeah. So I'm just telling y'all straight up, man. That's what trips me out when I come out here, man. You know what I'm saying? YFL Lucy told us hey man, I ain't calling nobody no hoe because I ain't here to disrespect nobody, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying, I'm giving a ball, a strike, a strike. I'm just telling you, the majority of time is people are first offenders and they dealing with law enforcement and they facing a substantial amount of time. These people are gonna be terrified. I'm telling you, they're gonna be terrified. Yeah. What's going on, Germany? Yeah, I'm just telling you. When you dealing with people, first time, right? It's a difference between a parking ticket, like I said, and a RICO. It's a hell of a difference, right? The parking ticket, you're gonna sign that little piece of paper and they're gonna let you drive on home, right? But when you got that fucking RICO, guess what? You need to come with us. We need to talk to you about some things, right? And you a first defender, right? And you looking at all that shit in the head of you, you know what I'm saying? There's no more codes to the streets, game over. Well, hey man, that's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. But I will say this, right? It's the people that make people think they are something when they really know they just people. Jeffrey Williams know he's Jeffrey Williams. It's the people looking at him as Young Thug and putting him in a position to where they think he really street, right? He don't understand that not being street is cool. Not being street is good because the average street person is broke. Real spill. Yeah. What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? Y'all hit that like button for me, man. That's what people don't get. You know what I'm saying? When I was robbing, I was going with no mask and other ones what you did, rat on them or take the blame. You was 19, what was your mindset? My mindset was voluntary ignorance, man. That was my mindset, right? Put it like that. That was my mindset. I was operating off being in an oppressed situation and think I didn't have no other way out, right? So I acted in a way, you know, real talk. you said you facing life, you think I'm gonna hold it down or break. You can rest assured one thing. Break, right? It wasn't the breaking part, bro, right? Anything I've ever done in life, I've done it, right? And I don't ask people to move like I move, right? I don't ask people to move like I move because I'm one of one. I'm one of one, right? Ain't too many people gonna stand in front of the judge and receive a life sentence and do 25 years. Ain't too many people gonna do that. I'm one of one though. I couldn't ask Young Thug to do what I did. I can't ask nobody else to do what I did, right? We all don't have the same mental fortitude, right? But at the end of the day, when you doing that shit, you have to understand its consequences and repercussions come with that shit. And I understood that, but I'm one on one though, right? So that's why I tell people, I know what it feel like to get a life sentence because I got one. I know what that shit feel like. I know what it sound like when they talk to you. But for somebody that ain't never been convicted of a felon before, or for somebody that's a first-time offender, being in an interrogation room and hearing that talk, it's gonna fuck with them. So that's why I said, Young Thug wasn't in the interrogation room, Jeffrey Williams was. And Jeffrey Williams was a first-time offender up under that real pressure. So he stayed in there 2 hours. He stayed in there 2 hours, man. But it's the people in the streets. They more disappointed than anything in the world. You know, and they more surprised. But I don't get it. How can you be surprised? Can't be surprised on that, man. That's just like your mama ain't never been convicted of a felon before, and they come and pick her up. See, honestly, I think a lot of people are picking and choosing, in my opinion. You plan on doing wrong to survive. People snitching is a part of the game, so get a job. I got to agree with that. See, I always say, everybody got a job to do. The police got a job to do. The snitches got a job to do. And the people that's doing it got a job to do. Yeah. So all that shit come with that. And even when you go do something with somebody, guess what? You don't know what they gonna do. You don't know what they gonna do. You might assume you know what they gonna do, but when they get outside of you, you don't know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I tell people, I would never ever expect nobody to do what I did, right? And that keeps you on the side to where when that person don't do what you think they was gonna do, that you not mad at nobody. So that's when other dudes be like, when I get out, I'm gonna do this. Hey man, you can't expect that person to do what you gonna do. That keeps you in a space by yourself. Real spill. But I get it. These people, I'm not going to even say nowadays, because it ain't no more, right? It ain't no more. So what you expect them to do? They're going to do just like everybody else doing. Get on the stand and say, hey, he was with me. She was with me. That's what they're going to do. It's a proven fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, man, once again, man, I did mine, man. That shit behind me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I did, that shit behind me, right? That's when I was a criminal, right? I ain't no criminal no more. And you only still a criminal when you commit criminal activities. I ain't no criminal no more. I don't have no criminal mindset no more. That shit is beyond me, man. Real talk. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. Taking on, yeah, man. I hold myself accountable for my actions, man. I ain't mad at nobody, man. The shit I did it, man. And I moved on, man. Yeah. Served my shit. It's over with. But I understand one thing. Most people in life can't face that shit. No, they can't do that. That's why the rate of being in an interrogation room is up, because they can't face that shit. They can't close the books on it. So I had a nice run. It's over with. Now let me go do this so I can get back to this. They don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. So if you don't want to be in an interrogation room for 2 hours, get out of the way. Get out of the way. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. If you don't want to be held up in an interrogation room for 2 hours, get out of the way. Yeah. Ain't no doubt. Yeah. So all I can say is this, man, is that don't be fooled by a person's name when it sounds good, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't be fooled by a person's name because it sounds good. And there's more people in society or that's in the rap game disappointed in Jeffrey Williams. And they keep forgetting this was his name before he became a rapper. He didn't become a rapper as a person that was committing high crimes. Not to say he didn't commit no crime. You know, he probably was a peddler or whatever, right? But he wasn't committing crimes where it took him to other places. Then he got out. Then he became a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He wasn't that. He was Jeffrey Williams. He was Jeffrey Williams, and he perfected his craft. He perfected his craft, and he won the people over in the world. So what do? They blew him up. They blew him up as Young Thug, as a street goon, as this, as that. You know what I'm saying? They blew him up. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But he know who he is. It's the people that was fooled. It's the people that was fooled. So it's the people that's more disappointed that he was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. It's the people that's upset. He not upset because he know one thing. People can say what they want to say because they wasn't facing life in prison. They wasn't facing life in prison. He was. And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no doubt. Foolish money will soon depart. I say it all the time. But his number one mistake was this. When he got out of jail, he was so worried about Gunna and the momentum Gunna had, and kept saying Gunna a rat this, Gunna a rat that, instead of going on about his business. And Gunna is making these people money. So they had to put a stop to him and say, you know what? You want to keep getting in our business? Let's just go ahead and expose what you really did. This is what you really did, right? So it's not enough that you on probation, which should humble you from the start and got you back to doing whatever you was doing before you went in there, because you had a fair chance. It's just that Gunna ain't on no paper, and Gunna got the momentum now, right? See, Thug had the momentum before he went to jail, right? But time changed. Gunna got out. Gunna grabbed the momentum. And see, that was too much for Thug. That was too much for him. Because in his mind, he felt like he was fading out. And Gunna was moving in, right? So he just had to keep on with the rat. But hold up, Jeffrey. Hold up, Jeffrey. Hold up, Jeffrey. You forgot that you was in this room for 2 hours. You was in this room for 2 hours, Jeffrey. And anytime this happened, it ain't no leak. This shit was planned. They planned that because they had to humble him, because he was trying to mess with these people money, right? He was trying to mess with these people money. And he was trying to stop Gunna's momentum, you know? And you know one thing, in any kind of industry, momentum is what keeps the money coming. As long as you can keep that momentum, that money gonna keep coming. And he know that because he once had it. He once had the momentum, but he lost it when he went to jail. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, he more worried, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why these dudes in the rap game, real talk, I don't knock no rapper. None of them. Get your money, get paid. But where they shortcoming come in at, they are too worried about somebody else's image. They too worried about somebody else's image. And they worried about their image. But my thing is this, if you in jail for a substantial amount of time, you not gonna have the same momentum you had before you went to jail. You gonna lose some momentum. But if you put the work in, you'll get it back, right? But see, now it's a different Jeffrey. I'm calling him Jeffrey Williams. People call him Young Thug. I'm calling him Jeffrey Williams because when he was in that interrogation room, hey, he was Jeffrey Williams. Thug didn't show up. It was Jeffrey Williams. So look at this here. The thing about Jeffrey is this. He can't participate in them other games no more. See, he can't participate in the pill popping game. He can't participate in the get high game. He can't participate in the let's drink game. Why? Because he in black and white. Yeah. They say he should have retired. He got locked up and he can't rap anymore. He old. It is what it is, man. But some people can't see that. Some people can't see, hey, man, it's best I get out of the way. Let me get out of the way and let me go try to educate. See, he had enough experience to go educate. He could have went and educated, right? And he'd have had a longer run and educated. Take the money, invest it somewhere else. But he don't want to do that. He don't want to do that because he can't think outside the box, right? Take the money, go educate about the experience you've been through, and the money gonna come tenfold. The money gonna come tenfold. And you're gonna rub elbows with the people that locked you up. See, you're gonna rub elbows with them. But you don't want to do that because you want to keep the street image. You want to make everybody still think you street. That's why you keep saying Gunna or Rat, Gunna or Rat, Gunna or Rat. Gunna got the momentum. Gunna not on probation. Real spill. So, for all the people that's mad at Jeffrey Williams, let's not forget, man, Jeffrey Williams is a first offender, man. Never been convicted of a felony, man. It's Young Thug that you need to be mad at. Don't be mad at Jeffrey Williams. Them two type of people, right? Thug is the one that used to get high, pop pills, rap the rap songs that everybody liked. Jeffrey Williams is the other guy that got out of jail that done gain weight and don't do all that no more. That's Jeffrey Williams. So, anyway, man, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. And remember this. If you don't put yourself in a position to get put in an interrogation room for 2 hours, you good. You good. And the image that you got right now to where you are who you are no matter where you go, that's cool, man. That's cool. You are who you are no matter where you go, man. If you go across the street, you who you are. If you stay at the house, you who you are. But the minute you go to trying to be something that you're not, you're gonna have a lot of problems, man. You have a lot of problems, man. And they're gonna take you places that you never thought you would be. That's what happened to Jeffrey Williams. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no doubt. That's what happened to Jeffrey Williams. Jeffrey Williams was in the interrogation room for 2 hours. Young Thug didn't show up. He didn't show up. So, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all know when I come in, man, I'm going to keep it 110 all the way across the board, man. I am who I am no matter where I go, man. No matter where I go, I'm who I am no matter where I go, man. Until next time, man, salute.